Evening, travelers. No witching hour has once more begun. And we are back in Power Wash Sim. We have, The Thunderhawk was just... I completely underestimated how long it would take to do the Thunderhawk last time. And as much as, as far as we got,
I swear,
we saw much to go. Oh, hello, Humble. Sure, let me, take a drink. Anyways, Humble, how are you? I have to remember what the bloody controls were here. But yeah, today has been a nice, relaxing day for the most part. And look at that! For some reason, my wireless mouse charger does not let me charge at times. Well, how am I doing? I'm doing mostly okay. I'm still kind of sore, and my body's in like muscle recovery mode. Because for reasons beyond my understanding, I don't know, I didn't injure myself, but it's like, I need to take a while sometimes for any muscle injury or any fatigue to recover. And, life being a live shape, I already don't get much of a chance to recover in general. Even though it took like 2 hours off early on Friday, it's still not enough. So maybe next week, I'm just gonna take the entire week off and just, rest. But on the other hand, the ship that I was designing in Space Engineers, the design is more or less done. I actually was on the server earlier, and the ship is actually built. So it's really funny because I spent an entire month developing the previous ship, and then in a single week, I obsolete it completely. Well, but that's how it goes, I suppose. Why am I doing it this way? I'd rather do it this. Yeah. But yes, more missiles, a much nicer hangar. So I've had to give up on the individual hangars, and I just made one long hangar that fly right through. And I study work you are starting to teach you just because I'm speaking. That sounds me, we shouldn't be that pressed in life. Yeah. I know. I don't really have I wouldn't necessarily call my dog super stressful. In as much as, it's my issue where there are times where I just need to mentally stop and fixate on something else. And yeah, I fixate. And that's kind of my biggest problem. That I'm kind of girl who fixates on things. And if I can't get it done, I get really, really upset. Which isn't saying much, seeing how easily I do get upset. Okay, work is yeah, let's do it from here, then. Yeah, the thing that really has me hooked on Space Engineers is just the iterative process of I learn, I iterate, I make something better, and repeat. And it's kind of like my issue. I've posted on Blue Sky, like my current issue with a lot of other games right now is where I just, get really frustrated. We're in a position where, I'm sort of spinning my wheels. And I guess that's how I feel in general, like, just spinning my wheels. Trying to keep afloat, and, and you're right, humble. It's kind of a common sentiment. I talked to my sister and sister-in-law, and they kind of are in a, we're just treading water, waiting for things to get better. At least hoping we are. Things are going to get better. But yeah, I'm sort of in a weird standstill. We're just, waiting and holding until things are just not terrible. But then, you grow up with a sort of feeling of, you gotta do X, Y, Z, and do ABC, and, this whole checklist of things, and it's just overwhelming. Let's teach Lars. What I can do is rear armor. Oh gosh, there's just a lot here. Switch to this one. And yeah, I've had family, or distant family, mind you, just, always bother me. When are you getting married? When are you having kids? I'm like, come on, please, let me just be in a stable financial and mental position in order to do that. Of course, when you ask, how did they get into a stable mental and financial situation before they had kids? And the answer is they actually didn't, bloody. Your summer me was most of life's checklist done already. Yeah. But yeah, sometimes I remind myself the checklist, like have kids, get married. It's something foisted on, on you by someone else, and you really, really don't have to be super beholden to it. Although it's just difficult, because it's what you grew up with. Though, actually, this was really funny. I was watching Aura play the new Silent Hill game, and I couldn't help but laugh at so much of the, quote-unquote horror aspects. Is, all the flashbacks going on and all, terrifying stuff. Like, oh, that's just growing up. Is growing up just, a horror story now? I mean, I suppose so. But it was just so funny, watching protagonists interact with their parents, and I could, pretty much predict everything that both parents were saying, as I've heard it so many bloody times before. No one ever grew up well-adjusted. There's no such thing. Everyone is messed up in some way. Bloody hell, really? What now? There we are. That's a wonderful sound I'd like to hear. Let's clear this off this way. First and... da-da-da-da. It's really like when Aura told me, what the twist ending was of the game. I was like, oh, yeah, that tracks. That absolutely tracks. Not that it's necessarily a bad thing, it's just kind of funny when you know what's going on and have an understanding of the background mythology. Thing really was a pain in the rear to do, huh? Yeah, this cutting out a lot of the news stuff on my field has helped a lot of my mental, but there's always, this thing in the back of your head going, yes, that's messed up, and, I know that, so my neighbors would be more than happy to have me dead. And it's like, yeah, that's messed up. No. Yeah, I am going about this incredibly inefficiently. And take a moment to grab a bite. Oh. No wonder you know her. But yeah. Infinite silk. Oh, you? Even with that, huh? You with all the soap in the world, it doesn't help, huh? No, born too late to explore the world, born just in time to explore how to balance loans and credit card debt. Oh, come on. Such things existed, just in a different form for the older generations. If anything, it's gotten easier with lots of online statements to do the number crunching for you. I remember having to go through my card statement bit by bit and getting all of my receipts, cross-referencing it. Those were the times. And it has helped. Like, there were times where I had to dispute certain things and, like, nope. I had the receipts, I pulled them up. Like, nope. You owe me. Because on average, works 180 days out of the year. Yeah, because half of the year, it'd be too bloody cold. Yeah. Although to be fair, a lot of people nowadays, a lot of white-collar jobs aren't as physically strenuous, but mental is just important, honestly. And I'm in a position where my current project is like, okay, we expect you on average to finish each one of these tasks in an average of 120 work hours. And that time goes really fast. And there was, another memo going, okay, just because we expect you to do 120 hours, doesn't mean you can slow walk any of the easier ones. Like, if you have an easy one, you better do it quickly, so. Okay, yeah, sure. I mean, nowadays, the software industry are sort of expected to have like a passion project at the same time as your actual work, and it's like, what the bloody hell has time for that? I mean, sure, I can point to some of the scripts I've done in Space Engineer, some of the other mods I used to make, and other games, but it's like, let me have a life. Like, I will do coding projects because it's fun, not because, it's going to be a thing that I leverage for my next job or for applying for another job. And again, I will always bring up the fact that my dad died a month before his retirement. He had all of his retirement money saved up and he never got to use it because he died literally on the job at a meeting. Like, I did you not? Well, not at a meeting. What happened was, there was a meeting going on where like, hey, where's Mr. Fuyu? And, they found him. He went to take a nap and they found him dead. So, And granted, yeah, sure. We're in the States, we live in the States, but the story of a guy dying on the job in Japan is just so common that there's a word for it. How messed up you have to be to just have an actual word for dying from overwork on the job. Now. Yeah, I'll do that some other time and... How the bloody hell did I miss all of this? Oh, we'll just scrape it off this way. Ta-ta-ta-ta. Again, I mean, even if I was moved off the project and doing more coding stuff, it's like... I just don't wanna think about it. And I do have hours for leave. I have leave hours, but it's like, the project is so always ongoing that... The project is so ongoing, it's kind of hard to figure out a time to take a break, because as soon as you finish one thing, there goes another thing. Hey, now that you're here, can you do X, Y, and Z? I'm like, There's never a good time, you just go, yeah. The worst part is, okay, sure, you take a break, and now you have to catch up with everyone else for what they've done, and figure out, okay, I've done this ticket. Have you worked on this at all? Yes, no. What has so-and-so done in the meantime? Plus, I am doing Mosuki. I am kind of tired. My body's sore, like, after doing a long run, which I didn't do a long run. It was just, my usual 5-ish mile hike at the lake. Not necessarily super strenuous physical activity, but still. I'm tired. My legs absolutely hurt. I just had 6 Thursday off and Thursday in 2 weeks, so they max out KTO. Yeah, that's what I do every Sunday. Every Sunday, I go to the lake, have a nice walk. It's rather nice and warm out. It actually kind of feels, more autumn-like now. Oh wait, I could do this instead. Instead of making myself go dizzy. Okay, let's go ahead and let's clear up the engine exhaust here. There we go, I thought it'd be like that. Mel, down to pixel hunting. Adversity pack for space engineers but can't get the ghost skin. Oh. I'm actually tempted to get the 8th survival pack because it does look cool. I have a very minor discount on it. And I do have some things on my Steam wishlist which are on for sale. Though there is the Outer Wilds is on sale. I kept Captain of Industry on sale on it, but unfortunately just a lot of city management stuff is just not my cup of tea at the moment. I kind of burned myself out really hard with Timberborn. Although, again, it just comes down to the same issue I have with a lot of other factory long-some games where I just got to a point where I'm kind of stuck and I need a really good breakthrough in order to keep myself motivated to keep going. And yeah, it's kind of why I kept sticking with space engineers, is because, you know, I was having breakthrough after breakthrough, and I had some forward momentum there. I actually kind of want to do Jump Space maybe like Tuesday. And yeah, the other thing is, like, with Satisfactory right now, I've been working on the nuclear power plant for so bloody long. I just, you know, kind of want to turn cheats on and just creative move the thing. If I'd like do another run of Satisfactory, I will just go straight up, you know, creative mode it. 'Cause that's kind of the more fun part. And I suppose Sandbox is a lot more fun, but even then with a sandbox, you just kind of want that forward momentum. There we go. Man, I guess that's one kind of getting irritated at this one as this current power wash job as well. Because it's just, you know, you don't really feel a good sense of forward momentum. That a lot of large things which are, you know, take huge surface area, lots of nooks and crannies, and just my inability to focus really, really sucks. Come on. Really, down to the pixel. There again. There you are. We do have Warframe coming up with the update on the 15th. I may want to do a run of it sometime. Largely to just, you know, catch up on Nightwave. I may just do that off screen, I am like 2 or 3 levels off from Nightwave, and that's just what some of the permanent weeklies. Like, once I get to 30, there's really no big reason for me to keep going. And while there are some more of the boy band weapons that I can get, and some of the lich weapons I can get, like, I'm not super motivated to push to Legendary 5. Also, yeah, the other thing with Monster Hunter is I really, really want to finish my build, but Zashia just is not giving me that stupid gem. And we're up. far enough into the game's lifespan that, no, we can meld those gems. Oh, you're joking. Oh, hey-ho. As magnificent a machine this is, I'm getting really proud of it. Well, really, they think making Hexon for that? And having an alert, yeah. I mean, there's no real reason to push other than pride. I understand that, you know, if I'm not enjoying and taking pride in what I do, why am I even doing it? Come on now. I'm just bunny hopping and hoping that at some point I get it all. Thank God it is just so many awkward angles. Ah. Oh gosh, you didn't realize it was that. Come on now. Back from ads, everyone, for those who are stuck in ads. Not much has changed except, there's that one. Okay, Susan, my left hand is actually starting to hurt pressing tab. Trying to find the last bit. That one's an air brake. That's the air brake right there. Where is the... It's a tackling clamp. That is the tackling clamp. Okay. Go. There. Last cannon, and you mean... Owling. That last cannon. This last cannon. Oh my goodness. What the hell, where is it? There? I mean, really? Come on now. Okay. Side heavy bolter swivel and side armor belts. Although, let's me jump these. Light heavy bolter swivel. Wing tipped lights and lean wing lights. Lean sauce. Okay. Ah. Lane one heavy. You. Would it be you? Daily engine turbine. Not you. Swear where the... There. Ah. It took way too bloody long. It's already done. It's already done. Can't get fast in there. They want it faster, they need to give you a fire hose. Well, unfortunately, no, I wouldn't say the firefighting game is necessarily relaxing. But there is a fire hose there. Hi, Mitsufi, say that. Say something like that one more time, I'm banning you. Because that's not funny. Or say, hold on, there was the sculpture park subways. I've done that a few times. It's the aquarium. I'm doing okay. I am just kind of recovering from just muscle soreness overall and not really wanting to go to work tomorrow. I mean, have I ever been in a position where I'm like, oh my gosh, I get to go to work tomorrow. I'm so excited. I don't think I've ever been in such a position. Well, that's a nice way to start things off with all the lovely sounds right there. Like, I'm sure there are some people who enjoy their work legitimately, but yeah, I think jobs which give that kind of feeling is really rare. I know most people, work to live rather than live to work. I don't remember what the story of this place was, like why it got so dirty. Or maybe been some sort of storm that came in and they got flooded. What's that? And I return to crab. For people that live to work in my job and constantly complain no one else wants to slave their life away. Yeah, I don't think those people, like, actually live to work. They live to kind of, show off. They say that because they want to, feel superior, because they don't have anything else in their life. Oh, yeah, that is a red flag right there. All the money in the world can't buy you a sense of class. And the thing is, money isn't... How do I put this? How do I say this without sounding either too arrogant or... without it being too problematic? Money helps getting influence, but in the end, it's not the end-all be-all. If you want power, money helps, but it's more of a means to an end, really. And even so, like I said, it can't buy you any sense of classiness. That's... Unfinished flower here. I'm totally... I should finish this. But just leave this as it is now. Then we can move on. But yeah, I don't know if the word dealt is the right term, but I've been in contact with a lot of, the new money people, and they are absolutely insufferable. And I know it's kind of a wild thing to say, but yeah, just old money folks tend to be a little better company. At least, when they don't feel like they need to kind of prove. Well, they don't have to prove themselves as much. They just, the way they act is already good enough, but he still will kind of subtly remind you that they have me. I suppose they don't even, do it necessarily consciously or maliciously. It's still, that's it. What is... Really now? That's the ticket office. Why is there a sign towards the ticket office when that's usually the direction you're coming out from? You know what, maybe I shouldn't ask that. I'm not getting paid to ponder such questions. Yeah, I don't get why, when it comes to the aim, my aim is absolutely terrible, but when it comes to, this kind of aim, where the camera's turning at the same time, I'm so much better. I don't understand. Yeah, I remember that there's the next part, which is the tank itself. That was a really, really long one, wasn't it? of upset. Not with upset. But the fact that you cannot use the trident very effectively on the ground is amusing? I don't know if amusing is the right term here. But for as strong as it is on walls, it's kind of difficult to use on floors. I really don't use the 40 much, do I? No, it's because the other ones just are far more effective. You're at close range. Yeah, like that. I swear, you can just make a game which is nothing but that thing sound and it'll feel good. Da 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 da. And sometimes it's more generous than others. Give me more. Oh gosh, my shoulders are. Ow. Yikes. This got to be right away. Yeah, this will be fine. How did those places get so dirty? Well, the town is cursed.
Hey,
kind of? I don't know if curse is the right term.
Just fixed it.
Hello, welcome in, raiders, welcome in. I wish I had a button to easily shove people out, but... Welcome in, settle in. For those of you who do not know me, I am Flui, the Salmotech Witch, an NPC witch me to little with off your main quest. Together with the Guard Witch Atria, who's on the current work, we had the two witches of Witch Cabin. Settle in, grab a quest model. People have not been grabbing those in a while, which is kind of amusing. I feel like it's like people are just saving up for the, ability to remove my hat. Anyways, how is Helldivers? I haven't been keeping up with Helldivers recently. Have they fixed the performance issues? You can remove my hat 45 times now. Yeah. And Homo yoinked it before you could. Maybe up the cost of that one. Honestly, people don't remove my hat as often as I think they would. My hat seems to be more popular than my jacket, which I would have thought that people would think taking off my jacket would be a bit more popular, but I guess not. Yep, there we go. Again, I really don't push fan service much. But I'm kind of surprised people don't grab it for it. And the jacket for. It's more for a witch, the hat is more important than the jacket, true. I was actually on Q's, well, watching Q's stream earlier, and she talked about how her hat actually works. Apparently what I do was helping her with set up the model. It's actually just like, it's not actually a hat, it's an animal tail or like a fish tail that's just stretched out, and that's why it's so floppy. And now it's a very much I can't unsee it anymore. But then again, what Achia's hat is a mushroom, so really, should I be any shocked? Come on now, don't maybe go pixonding again. It's because of this, isn't it? Come on now. There we are. Should I be shocked? I shouldn't be shocked to anything anymore, should I? There we go. This because, you know, you really not hearing those nice dings. Oh no, just call me old, but I think I've gotten really, I don't know if tired is the right word, but a lot of, you know, persistence and log in every day, persistent progression, kind of, it's grating, but I think part of it is just a lot of frustrating roadblocks or bottlenecks in progression. It just gets annoying. And after a certain point, it's like, you know what, this isn't worth it. The problem is, you know, a lot of games just, on average, sure, they may turn me away, but for someone else to get, you know, they meet their KPI in terms of engagement, and so they're not going to change anything. Oh, formal brainwashing, yeah. Ooh, dailies and rep grinds. Yeah, I haven't even finished the rep grinds for, like, the Realm of Worm, these tribes, because, oh my god, they just take so long. And same deal with, you know, the relic weapons in Phase 14. I actually liked the relic grind in F4 and Walker. I know people didn't like it because it was just so automatic, but I got all of the relics in Endwalker, and I'm happy with it. And while they have kind of, you know, nerfed the grinds for some of the relics, it's still a stupid grind that just, it's not fun. I just can't grind anymore. And I know that, you know, even in Jones States, there's some stuff that I do have to, you know, grind out. But like Monster Hunter, I think that's the thing. With Jones States, you're kind of guaranteed some of a progression for upgrading your stuff. You was to make at least This bacon wasn't 30 minutes. They should take no longer than 15 minutes. It jumps phrase and Warframe are good with that. Yeah, and Warframe is a game where I know I can step away for a little bit and I'll be fine. The thing is, I'm LR4. There's nothing much for me to grind other than just for completion's sake. And unlike things like, Warframe and even Jump Space, the core game loop is just not yet holding me long enough for me to keep going. I suppose it's a matter of, I've gotten all the high-level builds and I don't have either the means or the desire to grind out other silly off-meta builds. But just silly builds in general. Yeah, when the MP comes, I'll grab the new frame, I'll grab 2 copies, one to throw into the helmet, but after that, if I want, it's good, mindless fun. If I feel like being, shooting up a horde, sure, I'll do that, but in ways, I would like to get some low progression out of it, which again, I think kind of goes back to, not really FOMO, but the feeling of, if I'm gonna be just having fun, I still would like some level frog. The other thing with things like Deep Rock Galactic, I don't, because the Battle Pass is not something I really am bringing, and that is by design. The Battle Pass is designed not to make you mode. But I have all of the overclocks. I don't have anything, mechanical to grind towards. But I do enjoy it as the thing with friends. Yeah. I guess my other issue is that a lot of my friends, or at least those streamers who I hang out with, they're playing stuff like Marvel Rivals, and I just don't enjoy that anymore. I'll even take into account the extremely terrible time I had at Overwatch. And I might, hop into Battlefield a little bit, but that's... I'm still waiting to see how much, EA screws the pooch and how much, EA's gonna mess it up. And Achia is definitely not gonna get it now that, EA got sold out. So... I do feel, not necessarily like an anomaly, but... I very much am not following a lot of the, that's not even trends. It's... Yeah, I'm getting old. Games aren't either made for me. Yada yada yada. I haven't played a Battlefield since Battlefield 1. I did enjoy Battlefield 1, but I didn't get super far in it. I think, the other thing is... I have other games, just not a lot of people to play it with, and... On one hand, I've kind of learned, the hard way that some games are just, not worth playing just to peak is we playing with friends. Any of the social engineering games is a complete no, because I just don't like the feel of that. I don't. Hey, Frick, I actually don't like Peak. And as much as the motion sickness was a good excuse, even if, I turned off the head bobbing and stuff. It's just not fun for me. After 4 beta was last payment for you choose the GF3 and that is fine, yeah. I was actually shocked when I pulled up my Steam and EA library that I had Battlefield 4 and was like, wait, when did I play this? And I remember, oh yeah, all Cultist Opus, they're saying hi, and then Harrier Assault and Wake Island, and all these other ones. The thing is, like, my memory of Battlefield 3 and 4 just blends together. Like, Battlefield 4 just felt like Battlefield 3.5. Controversial as that may sound, or not. Battlefield 4 really was just Battlefield 3.5. Not that it was necessarily bad. I think I don't know if it's an issue, but the main reason why I ran Engineer in Battlefield is because it's a sense of, you know, if none of you are going to take out Hank, I'm going to have to do it, because otherwise we're just stuck here. And I don't like it because, you know, being Engineer kind of gives my power as a, you know, against, you know, infantry, which is the majority of the time. But if you don't take over the tank, we're gonna have a bad time. And thankfully, you know, I guess that's why I don't hate the open weapon system. It's because, you know, I don't feel like I'm then weight as an engineer. Battlefield's the earliest teamwork since 2142. Yes, but in a Unit 2142, it was not... None of those games really had teamwork. It was everyone doing their own thing and just so happened to, you know, feel like we're actually working together. And it's the same deal with games like Team Fortress 2. Like, Team Fortress 2 was designed deliberately to be, you know, a single-player multiplayer game. Where the devs were like, we're going to assume that each player is just going to be off doing their own thing. And by doing their own thing, they are accidentally helping the team. I'll play BF2 TeamSpeak goes anywhere from 4 to 16 people, yeah! But I think the thing is, the TeamSpeak is what was fun, not necessarily the game. I don't remember, you know, those days of 2142 and, well, Call of Duty 4, the OG Modern Warfare, for necessarily the gameplay, but just, you know, some of the friends I had at the time. I mean, same deal with when I played PlanetSide. I didn't like PlanetSide. The gunplay PlanetSide actually felt terrible to me. And the monetization just made it worse. But there was something special about, you know, mass infantry going in and 32 cooperating, yeah. But if I wanted that, I mean, we have Squad, we have Insurgency. Although I've had to stop playing because, you know, when you're younger, you can kind of get away with people thinking that you were just, a young boy, but get older and you have guys going, oh, it's a girl. I'm like, ah, great. It is for the longest time why I didn't. I guess that was kind of the nice point with Battlefield as well, where it wasn't necessary that you had needed a mic. Yeah, I played Insurgency a lot because a lot of the servers I was on, the admins were good. Anyone who, was harassing anyone, especially me, would just get immediately kicked. And the funny thing is, yeah, they get kicked, but they also, they learn their lesson. We've had people get kicked and come back and just behave right after. Something, they don't make them like they used to. Though I don't know why my memory is starting to get very hazy on that. And again, my memory has always been terrible. Yeah, you can't remember days like those, but I can remember one cringe thing I said so many years ago, and it still haunts me. One is temporary, cringes forever. Those tinted glasses as well, huh? Yeah. And I've talked about this before when in context of a lot of Final Fantasy XIV's game design, especially with the field operations. And I feel like a lot of people miss the fact that, no, we don't want a lot of old school stuff, because we didn't have fun because of old mechanics and old things like, lose EXP on dying. We had fun despite it. I do not want to go back to the time where, you had to have everyone physically in front of a dungeon. And before summoning stones were a thing, just to be able to go through a dungeon, sure, we would have, fun chats with people. And, but that was just a way to stave off the boredom of waiting for someone. Oh gosh, OG Doom cheat codes, Oh wait, I think I'm mixing up the Doom cheat codes with the StarCraft ones. Power Overwhelming was the StarCraft one, right? Or Warcraft? I'll have to look it up. Power Overwhelming. Yeah, IDQD is one. Yeah, I remember IDQD. Okay, I have to look up. Apparently it is from StarCraft. Yeah, it was StarCraft, then Warcraft. I don't... gosh. I actually never used any of the cheat codes for SimCity. I remember playing a lot of Sims with, neighbors though. In work on my version, I have the C. Another fun game that we played, my family friends played, was, I think, Civ 4 on Hot Seat. That was fun. I haven't touched Civ 7 recently. I mean, there have been some updates, but it kind of feels bad that a lot of the content is kind of pre-order stuff. Civ 1, I'm not that old. I know I may talk like an old grandma at times, but I'm not that old. I think I have Civ 3, I just never played it. I got, it was either free or off really, really cheap off Humble Bundle. First game to just tackle those new fleet of Cuba, the composition. Oh gosh, yeah, what was it? I think they started trying to unstack units with, I guess, I don't know if it was 5 or 6, but yeah, I remember the death stacks. Although I know people were upset by the death stack removal, but I don't mind it. It's fine. And carriers 50 nukes, others no one else left on. Yeah. The thing with Civ, which I kind of don't like, is that I kind of enjoy it more for the emergent fiction rather than the actual strategy. So it kind of feels bad for me to put it on the easiest difficulty and run with that, even though that is kind of how I have more fun with it. I'm terrible at 4X strategy, and I know a lot of the concepts involved with it. But my long-term decision-making is terrible. And, there's a certain thing I want to do, and that's, I picked the Civ because it has a cool mechanic. I just want to use that mechanic and not worry about so much else. And Humble, I really do want to thank you because, you're one of the few people who kind of does play a lot of the games that myself and Archie like to play. The firefighting stuff, Ready or Not. It's just hard to grab a lot of VTuber friends for games like that, I suppose. Or for Squad, or I haven't played Squad in a long while. But even then, Squad is not even just the gunplay. It's just the interactions and scenarios you get stuck in. I don't know. PvP is just not appealing for me anymore. I did see that there was a PvE Tarkov, which is interesting. I don't like extraction shooters largely because of the PvP aspect and because of just the full loot drop, like full loss on death. Miss me with that. For more world for pickup, and yeah, that's actually the other thing. It's very, very much a yeah. World Foundations were fun if you do co-op for PvE Tarkov. And a lot of times games like that just kind of leave a sour taste in my mouth. Especially with just a lot of the community it tends to attract. Like, a lot of people point to, Tarkov as the archetypical extraction shooter, but I played The Division, and it was... Like, I remember the original Division, the original Day 1 Dark Zone. That was terrible. Yes, it's co-op. Interesting. And that's the thing. A lot of people say, oh no, you can't do PvE Tarkov because that will totally ruin the whole game. There's no point in it. But you don't get to dictate what I have fun with. It's really funny because, back in the OG Division days, before they came out with, the Battle Royale mode, and even before the Battle Royale mode, like, people were like, why is no one in the Dark Zone? Why is everyone doing just constantly farming Lexington Conference Center? Like, because Dark Zone sucks? And it's unfun? And all the rogue players, and, the early days of the Division would just scratch their head. Just not a clue. After they shot Archer, stalled me in a fight. I mean, that's how it goes. I mean, we've done that to each other so many times in Ready or Not. It hurts a Tarkov, yeah. And the sim elements, yeah. I guess the other thing which just kind of I have a problem with a lot of other popular co-op games is a lot of those games, the humor and entertainment comes because you fail or you're designed specifically to mess up. And I don't like that. I prefer, I enjoy when things go right. I already have enough going wrong in my life, so it would be nice to have things go right for a change. It's that line from the 18. I love it when a plan comes together. No, what kind of tab? That's it large, yep. And I get a sort of sense of schadenfreude when, you have these PvP games and a lot of people wonder, why is no one playing? Like, yeah, you did this to yourselves. It's like that with any kind of, full loop PvP. Where it gets popular for a moment and then people just drift away and realize, kind of sucks. For reason one or the other. May not get an AK out of this to fight cheap. I mean, what? If it's a large bullet at short range, it just goes right through, right? It doesn't, cause a lot of wounded damage, right? Yeah, you could just walk it off, right? No big deal. Yeah, and the game is still enough to kill me, which is fun. I don't have to really about someone worrying with a better game chair than me, yeah? I mean, that's nice, enough to keep your head on a swivel, but enough that you don't have to be ultra sweaty. Honestly, it's kind of why I appreciate the streamer mode in Battlefield 6. Because with streamer mode on, you could pretty much pretend that, or try to pretend that both ally and enemy are just bots. And it just kind of takes away the, the annoyance that you feel. Like, if you just believe that all your teammates are just bots, then you don't feel as bad when they do something boneheaded. But glad you have to do laundry. Oh, go get to it. No stream sniping. I'm not popular enough for anyone to stream snipe me. And this banjo, yeah, true. And then, same reason why whenever we played Rainbow, I just turn on streamer mode there as well. And thing with Rainbow that just annoys me is because of the lack of communication. There's a lack of intel, so I'm doing so many things blind that it just doesn't feel good and have to take a gamble and doesn't work out. I just don't like gambling in that form or in general. Yeah, it's that. That reminds me, Dirk is wanting to set up a thing where, we hang out because of his. Then it's our anniversary. He's doing an event, and it's like, okay, let's play a game that you're known for. I'm like, I don't know if you really want to be playing like a lot of single-player Factory games, which I have been playing. I mean, I think Foundry and Factorio and Satisfactory are cool, but I feel kind of bad having someone, buy that just played for a short time. Unless it's just going to be me playing while yapping. Which, I know that's what I'm doing right now. It can be fun, yeah. And while I do appreciate people helping me out with Factorio, there is always that pressure of, someone looking in and judging, oh yeah, you're not doing it well or as right or sufficiently. And that's kind of the other thing with, Satisfactory, where it's a static map. So nothing changes, there's nothing randomized, so there is a kind of way you can completely optimize things. Experience optimized build, and there's learning, yeah. I mean, I'm learning so much on the annoyances of Logi and Satisfactory. Like, getting even trains to work, getting the infrastructure and the foundations to get a train running in Satisfactory is just so annoying. I think that's the other issue that's really annoying me right now, which is kind of making it hard for me to play Satisfactory. It's just logistics. The long-range logistics is terrible still. And the other thing that would probably fix it is just if I find a mod which, I don't know, makes the drones so much better. And I just ignore all the other ones, but on the other hand, trains are cool. I like train. Yeah, the blueprints for Satisfactory 1 Nice are very, very much optimized towards, raw inputs only. Everything is just completely vertical sliced rather than horizontal. Last time more like, enough, he gets next stage in, yeah. There are other mods that I can look at, like, the farming mod, and I have one which makes biofuel really nice, which dovetails well with the chainsaw mod that's just much wider area, but also causes crashes. And the thing is, I haven't even explored so much of the Satisfactory map. I've always been through the grasslands. I've been to, the Blue Crater and the swamp after that, but never much beyond that. I've poked at the desert and the other rocky deserts, but I've never gotten far enough to really exploit all of that because just takes way too long just to even set the stupid nuke plant. Is again, part of the reason why I need so much for it is because I actually need fuel to move the thing across. Welcome back from Math, everyone. maybe before a Wednesday satisfactory stream, I'm just gonna look up more mods that help with Logi. Also, the freighter that I built recently in Space Engineers on the server, the Baker class from Lim, that actually can't go in even moon gravity. It's a purely space freighter only. So I'm just going to scrap that and build my own freighter based off the carrier. There's very similar hull form. Same deal with the destroyer. I had to have to redo this short because as I kept working and kept making small modifications, like, okay, yeah, I can't you make small tweaks, I may as well just start over. Shockingly, I decided to put guns on it. The guns, missiles, so on and so forth. I did test the docking script with one of the drones, so it will work, but as with the new carrier design. But again, it's like, do I really, really want a setup? How many? I had like what, 8? I have 8 ports on each side, so 16 ports for drones. I don't have to use them all. I don't want to use them all. But at the same time, tests that I had with drone combat is generally, the more guns you have on target, the better. Welcome back, Hummel. You're back. Hush you. It happens. That's just part of being an adult, and one of the best things about being an adult is that no one can tell you when to do your laundry. It just, it's just on you when you mess up. But also, I know that people have not been. It's just been me and Achia on the Space Engineer server. How much that I'm actually kind of considering trying to see if I can start my own server, even though it's gonna cost some stuff. Either that or just find a way to host it on a machine here. A lot of, server rentals are just actually not very, very good. Well, at least when I was in the era where I used to run a Minecraft server, gosh, a lot of hosts are terrible. You really, really do want a dedicated server. And even then, Space Engineers kind of requires a lot. That team's not super well optimized. Okay, hold up. Let me just actually see if there is any optimization mods on Space Engineers at all. And actually, is there... Yeah, Steam sale, it's still going on. We should probably grab the... There is another game, Plan B Terraform, which is $14. I'll talk to Atria, because there is Roadcraft. I don't know why the reviews recently are bad, but... Yeah, I mean, there's Roadcraft, Plan B Terraform, Outer Wilds. There is another game called Witch Spring R, which I've looked into. It looks like, a fun little, single-player RPG, which I don't know if anyone has any recommendations regarding Witch Spring. Outer Wilds, the exploration one. Yeah, Outer Worlds and Outer Wilds is so easy to get mixed up. But no, not that I can't believe it's not Fallout in space. I do have Expedition 33 New Game Plus, but I don't know how that's going to handle with... I mean, there are some silly mods added to it, like, almost unlimited AP and other silly things. But since I have almost all the Pictos anyways and just have it all leveled up, versus the Keto, Michael have the choice to compare to the previous games. Yeah. There we go. And it's just down to cleaning the tank there, which is again a mess in and of itself. It was this. No. But yeah, I guess after stream we'll go ahead and buy the stuff. Right now it's just Captain Industry, Witch Spring, Factorio Space Age, which is never gonna go on sale, because I know that's just the dev's policy. Outer Wilds I've put on, largely because, it's a recommended one, and Atria is also kind of that they wanted to do it as well. Hey, what's so funny? Huh? Eh? Nani? Wolfson, you're going to need to show me those mods. Okay, are the, let me know, do you want to co-op Space Age? Yeah? Well, let me finish, vanilla Factorio first. Your interface and space engineers, Wilson. You're going to need to show me that. And are those, client-side, or do the server also need to have them? Okay, because all the mods I've seen seem to be, the server also needs to have it, too. Okay, yeah, is there a way to connect to... Are there just client-side only mods at all? You can use a plugin loader. Ah! Okay, you're gonna have to show me that. must see those. Yeah, do link it if you could. Ah, sorry, need a moment. Gosh, my back is really sore. I have been using a massager on my back. And always kind of surprised me just how much my back's just full of tense muscle and knots. And I will link the looter. Okay. Whoa. Huh? Okay. For just that moment. Oh, hold on. I just saw Kira on Space Engineers. Ah, okay. Maybe she might see what's been happening and the bevy of ships around. I just kind of wonder, how do all these servers with large populations just handle all the PCU? Because my carrier, as it is, you know, with no missiles, is already 70K, which is within my budget, I suppose. And regular wipes, And it is always amusing to see all the blueprints on the workshop with these pseudo histories. I won't lie, I am kind of inspired by those, but gosh. It's also a reminder that, you know, I have just so far to go in terms of just designing something nice. As nice as the ship I'd make is now, I know it's just still a far cry from what goes on in the workshop. Box of deformation does inflate save files, yeah. Like again, if I were to spin up a server myself, I'd probably just do a lot of, you know, PvE mods where just a lot of ships to fight, a lot of bases to raid, and making, you know, a game where the gameplay loop is just build ship, raid, for parts, and build better ships. And just, that's the loop. It's just Monster Hunter. I just mean Monster Hunter, but it's just spaceships this time. Admittedly, that's kind of the loop for Jump Space as well. Gosh, that one ship that had the missile launchers and just all the upgraded stuff. That kind of does want me to get me to play more Jump Space, just so that we have all that upgraded stuff. That's what it is when you prototech part. Yeah, I mean, I do want... So I don't know how to find prototech. The guys at the prototech, is that like the unknown signal? Like the faraway signals that you have to attack and raid? That's spawned to cold unknowns, okay. Yeah, and again, that's part of why I wanted to make the missile ship in the first place, just to attack those. What's funny is that I've told Atria that my ship design is sort of like a tech tree, but in reverse. Because now that I built the carrier, I can make a freighter and a missile destroyer from it, but normally in games you kind of go the other way around. Like, you start off with the smaller ships, and then you make the bigger ships from that. I did add a script which allows me to have a sort of piston-based elevator. Although the big issue I had with that was that I tried doing a design with that was based on skew pistons, and client did not like that. Well, Pierre's asking me something in Discord. Yeah, Pierre's asking about stuff on the base engineer server trying to deal with the lag. Oh, thank you. The multiplayer server session host type not posted. Ah. Okay. Thank you, Wilson. No, that's not it for the door? Really? That door handle, yes, okay. But what was the door proper? Oh gosh, what was this? There we go. Actually, at this close range, I should be able to, yes. Excellent. Come on now. Doggy like that. little bigger. There we are. Wow, how about? I had waited for Acha to show up so I can have her tag in for a little bit and I can get a moment to beat my recent pain issues. Very, very uncomfortable. Thank you. You will take that. Thank you. He takes those. Oh, looks like Audrey is starting up now. I'll wait for her to pop in. And, was the next stream or Darktide, if I do a Sealit run, I'm definitely going to have Exfoliate the Heretic as one of the, as the stream title. So I know it's excoriate the heretic. It's just funnier to say exfoliate the heretic. Especially because we're fighting Nerdle. There we go. Drink. And there's would also be that, I'm pretty sure there's a picture of a Dalek also saying exfoliate, exfoliate. Wait, am I not? I thought I dumped into the channel, but I apparently did not. Oh, that's the thing I should have done. We should have fixed up the channel for... Oh well. Minders for tomorrow. And I head off to bed, then fun chatting. Thank you for coming by, Wilson. Always glad to have you here. You take care. Thank you, Wilson. Yeah, just... I'll see if I get one of my tasks back from review and or get to start the new one. You know what? Let's change up the music a little bit. Mom, can I get this? Yes, I can. It's not gonna meet up because... Oh, that's rather generous. We take those. I suppose made it for the fact that this is very not generous at all.
I need an invite from you. I can't see what you're playing on Steam.
Is it because of...
Also, Udabuga, hello.
I didn't realize it's... Oh, it's because it says I'm playing, lo-fi. Okay.
Yeah.
You need to be online yourself. You're on
That's
the
a lie.
Jigstone.
But I'll go online. pulling me out of offline mode.
Okay, what? Why could I not?
Are you not set up as a multiplayer game?
I am. I just... Give me a moment to pull up.
Oh, I'm gonna have another piece of chicken. Chicken.
I can't. Why the bloody hell can I not? Alright. Where is the invite button? Oh, there. Okay.
Neither
Let me
of
see
those
the
invites
chicken.
are functional invites.
Eh?
I clicked on them and they didn't actually open the invites. They didn't do anything. Hold on. It's because I launched my music afterwards. I'm just gonna alt it for this. We're just gonna go into this. And we'll do this. Sorry, chat, you have to deal with a black screen for a moment. It'll fix itself in a second. Yep, it's still not working. Are you sure you're in multiplayer?
Yep, go on.
I cannot join you.
Okay,
that
try
invite
now.
actually works. That was actually a functional invite. I don't know what you did differently.
I exited out of my music.
Thanks, Steam.
But how are you doing?
Tired. And cold.
Yeah.
It's cold and rainy.
It goes warm and sunny here.
It was cold all day today, but then it's like I left work and it was just pouring rain. Oh, have you had a chance to play the Power Wash 2 demo?
I haven't yet now.
You should.
I didn't want to do Power Wash 2 and then Switch and have to deal with changing games on Twitch. I was so lazy. Sorry. I can do that off Steam at some point.
You should. The soap is way better.
Hmm. Also, do you see Kira's message earlier?
I did. I haven't really had time to process it.
That's fair.
Like, I'm not sure if something happened or what's going on, but
I just saw her show up on the server in general. I don't know if she's just seeing that it's, crying in pain. I think something that we probably could do is, like, if we're leaving the Andromeda there, like, is it converted to a station already?
probably not. We probably can.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, tomorrow I'm going to just scrap the old carrier, putting the new one in, and even scrap the old freighter. I'll figure out something in terms of just transporting the materials back from Moonbee's Alpha up. Even if it means
That's
just
fair.
doing some really silly shenanigans with tilting Y. I can either tilt the chip or just build a just really tall docking port down at the moon base. Actually, probably better to just build a tall dock at the moon base.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, Soap and Power Wash 2, though, makes me really excited for Power Wash 2.
I am looking forward that
Like,
I am looking forward to that then.
so much better.
I
From
mean,
the
that's
little
not
bit
hard.
that they gave us, which is only... Yeah, from the little bit they gave us of the game, it's overall just everything I wanted from a Power Wash 2. It's a lot more reasonable with the way it plays out. And again, the
No
soap
more-
is just really good.
So no more pixel hunting?
There's still a little bit of pixel hunting, but the good news is with soap, is soap sticks to the dirt, but not to the clean stuff. So if you soap an area, you'll get soap on everything that's not clean yet. But everything that is clean will just, like, exist. And be, like, unsoaped. Does a lot to help get you by finding stuff. But then instead of just, like, whatever you need to clean glowing orange, you actually get on-screen HUD markers.
Mm-hmm.
And so that'll help you actually like spot what part needs to be cleaned and then you can clean it. And again, with the addition of soap, you just spray the soap at the part you need to clean and then spray it off again. Whatever turned white will clean off really easily and then boom, it's no more pixel hunting.
Rejoice.
Because then you can just use the really wide nozzle and just like soap it up and then wide nozzle whatever's left away.
Mm-hmm.
But again, soap is so much better. It's so good. It's everything I wanted soap to be.
Oh, that's already clean. Huh. I did finish the Thunderhawk, but gosh, so many nooks and crannies, it's annoying. Okay. Yeah, the Halloween mood fight is just not cutting it. In fact, let's switch to another... Let's switch to some different music.
Anyway, how are you, Boo?
I am...
It talks a lot about how
Well-
I is, not about you.
I feel like... I feel a lot better than usual for a Sunday. But still, I don't want to go to work tomorrow.
I see.
I think it's just in part, you know, out of its burnout from work or just... I don't know what
To
it
be fair,
is.
you're on a team. I mean, it's Monday. It's Monday. No one likes Mondays. But to be fair, you're also on a team you didn't want to be on, right?
Yeah. But I don't know that even if I was moved back to a project that, I'm better off on, would I be as excited? Or maybe it's the fact that I
That's
have
fair.
to wake up earlier in order to get to work that just is what's grating on me so much. So, sure, I slept a little later last night, but you know what time I woke up today?
I mean, you woke up earlier than you normally do on Sundays.
I guess that is true. Those
Not a lot earlier, but you caught me before I walked out the door. Normally you catch me
Yeah.
a fair bit into my drive to work when you wake up on Sundays.
Yeah. That's to show that, having just even a little bit off on Friday helped.
It's good to take time. That's weird.
Yeah, it is.
No, sorry, a bit got cleaned that I didn't clean. Like it lagged into existence. That was weird.
We take those. Part of me is like, maybe I should just ease off on my Sunday walks. Because, if I'm getting all exhausted and sore on a Sunday and then Monday I just feel terrible, maybe that's not a good idea.
Rude, Yuki. Yeah, I mean,
Hey,
if you want
Afi.
your walks to be, like, comfy and pleasurable, not necessarily something that, like, is overly exerting you. Also, hi, Yuki.
Yep, and Afi's here too. The thing is, at
I
the
noticed.
moment,
Hi, Abby. At the moment. Does this thought have an end?
huh?
What at the moment?
Oh no, just saw a thing from Kira, that's all. I'm
Oh,
unable to
Yeah.
focus.
that's fair.
Oh, and just more messages on Discord.
Wait, why am I climbing that ladder to parkour when I can just grab this ladder and do this? How are you, Yuki? But how are you happy?
Oh, unfortunately, it was Effie's streamiversary today, although I think she just finished her stream, so.
Oh, it was? Oh, well, congratulations on the streamiversary, Happy.
Mm-hmm.
Let me do it for you is not done yet.
Oh, bloody hell. Yeah, I need to do them more.
We need to figure out how some people automate certain people's messages in their chats to throw a shout out automatically.
I mean,
We need to
I
figure out
got-
what they're doing and just do that. I keep meaning to ask how they do it, and then I forget.
Mm-hmm. And I just remembered something that we should have also done. Oh yeah, fix up our Discord server to give people or role access to the voice chat rather than us having to manually do it every time.
That's fair. I mean, access control is not bad, but the having a rule for our friends would make it a lot easier. And then if we can figure out how to do pop-up or have a more public voice chat, we could have a more public voice chat for if, was it Moles who joined you on playing Helldivers the other night? Like a couple weeks ago?
Yeah. Yep, Volson and... Yeah.
Next week is gonna
Okay,
be
Max.
72-hour weeks, so make sure you're getting plenty of rest, Yuki. I'm doing okay. A little tired, because just got off a 12-hour shift.
So many Discord messages in a row.
Well, there's one game that's good for Discord messages. It's this one. The yappiest of games.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you had to have a public chat so I can just, on Wednesdays if I'm doing something on my own and just have people up in the yap. I've done that, like, once, where I was playing Timberwar and I just opened up a channel on the Stray server where people just hop in.
Yeah. Did anyone show up?
Issa did for a bit. But
Yeah.
again, I've only done that, like, once. There we go.
Are you going to parkour off of you for a quick second?
Sure.
Thank you. Trying to get an angle on a spot I think you missed. I may as well just drop down at this point.
Oh,
There we go.
I need pixels.
Thank you for the hydrate. That wasn't even a pixel hunt. There's a big old blob. That wasn't a pixel hunt. That was a blob hunt. I just had to get it. I just couldn't see it from the angles I was looking at it. Wow. Hope you clean the castle.
Uh-huh. Okay. I just go. I'm like, okay, yeah, that's the way life is. This is my life now.
What is your life now?
Yeah, just falling off the cliff. So I'm just going to
Oh.
do the rest of the... I'm just such a lazy brain dead mood that I can't even come up with the mental fortitude to just walk up the stairs again. Help, I've fallen and I
I
can't
mean,
get
to be
up.
fair, I think we're pretty much done with the top of it.
It was such a silly commercial, but you had to give it to them. You remember it.
Wait, which commercial?
Help, I've fallen and I can't get up.
Oh, Life Alert. Yeah. I mean, isn't that the goal of advertising, is that someone remembers your stuff even years later?
Oh yeah.
Like, how many people hear, I'm on a horse, and just immediately know what you're talking about?
Yeah, a lot of people know I'm on a horse, but not a lot of people know the Heracru's power.
That's true.
Okay, what was the other... The parody, energy drink? I can't remember what the energy parody was. Was it Power
I
Thirst?
don't recall. Oh, you mean the fake energy drink ads? Yeah, Power
Yeah.
Thirst.
Okay.
Are you talking about the one from the early 2000s, right?
Yep.
Like 2005, 6, or 7?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's
Was
Power
that
Thirst.
before... Was that before or after Brondo?
After, because Idiocracy would have been what, 2001?
2006.
2006. Okay. Now I don't know. When was Power Thirst?
Power Thirst
Power
came
Thirst would have been
out-
2007.
Okay.
2007.
Looks like-
Okay,
yep,
so I was off by
2007.
a couple of years.
So Power Thirst was after Brondo.
Good old Idiocracy.
Oh, Thirst Mutilator.
Oh, now we're Pixel Hunt. Up there it goes. Never mind.
No. All good. All good. There's no need to panic.
Ah, I keep forgetting to make the little panic message.
But
I'll get
what
to that
panic?
eventually.
Oh, that should be a
So I have a little
an emote idea.
Yeah.
Even though
So
I have
wanna
like the shot.
So you know I have.
Go on.
You know I have the text message that pops up above my head and stuff. I
Mhm.
keep forgetting to come back to this and do more. I want to make one that says panic, but I want to
Mhm.
animate it, so it's gonna take a little while.
That's fair.
Like I want to animate it so it says panic, and then just a bunch of A's start to like scroll in below it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just screams in lowercase, just panic. But that's gonna take a hot minute to animate because I animate in GIMP, and GIMP is not fun to animate in.
There's got to be a better way.
I'm sure there is. It's probably a different program,
Yeah.
but I am comfortable with and know how to use GIMP, and so I can use GIMP to probably be faster than researching a different program and learning a different program to make just text GIFs.
Gosh, back in the old
I mean,
days where I did a
this
lot
one's
of
good
foreign
enough.
signature images, like, I was so proud of making GIFs, so just scrolled between different banners. You remember those days, those forum days where people had these like really long signatures or really complex signature images?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's still a thing on forums.
And but
People like to have
Mama-
all of their info in a nice long block at the bottom of their posts.
yeah, or just a bunch of artworks related to them, and I did that. Those were
Nice.
halcyon days. It's actually why I know how to do a lot of, stuff with GIMP and photo manipulation, photo editing, and all that jazz. Wanted to be one of the cool kids back in the day.
But, figure I hate to break it to you, but those weren't the cool kids.
I know.
They were just
Yeah.
online.
Yeah. Although, I don't know if I have my old Devendort account. It's probably not there. And
Oh,
even
I
if
have
I
so
did,
many
I'd probably
accounts
just
that are
wipe
gone.
it. But it's the same. Middle school, high school. We ran our own DeviantArt accounts with friends and... Art kid drama. Yep.
All
Those are-
I know is that I spent entirely too much time on Newgrounds.
Oh, great. I just had a really, really dumb realization.
What's that?
So, amongst my friend group in high school, we pretty much, not necessarily two camps, we had like 2.5 camps. We had the artists, we had the writers, and really because of one girl in the writer faction really did not get along well with the other artists. I was like, oh wait, that's just the plot of Expedition 33, isn't it?
Yeah, sort of, yeah. The plot of the writers and the artists don't get along and they had a war. They're having a war.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I've talked to you about the writer girl before.
Yeah, I think so.
Yep.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it. I think, like, in high school we had, like, my main friend group wasn't really that cliquey. They were just kind of like, we're the people who hang out together. But
Hello,
like,
girlets.
the band kids were kind of cliquey. Hey, Burlets.
Yeah, the
Welcome in.
band kids, the drama kids. The thing is, we weren't so much an art group. You're kind of the anime group, but kind of split into sub-factions between the illustrators and the writers.
It's about how anime groups go.
Yeah, you had, the fanfic writers, and then you had the fan artists, so...
Yeah, I kind of ran in both the art and theater, or the music and theater groups. I enjoyed both. Sad that the maps they gave us in Power Wash 2 didn't give me a lot of opportunity to test if the parkour is any different.
Oh. Yeah. Something to think of.
Is getting good at the parkour in Power Wash is like half the fun of it. It's like, how do I get to that spot without having to move anything?
We're just so lazy we just learn how to parkour instead.
Yeah,
I don't wanna
easy that
deal-
instead of grabbing the ladder and putting the ladder down, I just learned how to jump up the sheer wall to get back up here.
To be fair, the ladder, moving up and down the ladder is really, really finicky.
You know what's really funny about how I got up here for you? Look, here, over here.
You just jumped on
I
to
I
those,
climbed up
didn't you?
right. But there's a ramp. There's a ramp right here. I climbed up the wall, but there's a ramp. I could have just gone up the ramp, but I went up the barnacles. Just
Next.
absolutely silly behavior.
Oh, yeah. It's like, you know, the character who just busts through a wall, right? And right next to them was the door.
Yeah, a little bit. Ooh, this is a disc clean up here as I thought it was.
Okay.
Hoping it's not still rainy tomorrow morning. As much as I like rainy mornings, I prefer rainy mornings on days I don't have to wake up.
There.
I also haven't adjusted my thermostat in my home. And so it's been like it's really cold in the morning, so you really don't want to wake up and get out of bed.
I've actually had to turn on my heater for the past few days. Although tonight I might not need to. But yeah, just
I haven't reached heater cold yet in my place, but I know my cold tolerance is also way higher than yours.
erotic for the girl named Winter.
Right.
Yeah, but it gets to like low 50s, high 40s during the night or like when I wake up. But during the day it goes, 70, sometimes 80. Which is typical autumn weather here, I suppose, but still. I guess I should just enjoy it before it just becomes constant cold again. And
Yeah, we're hitting low 40s. We're going low 40s into like the 50s and 60s. Like in the morning, and then it peaks at like 70s. Although it looks like we're gonna get a warm streak here in a little bit where it's gonna hit 80.
I don't look at the weather for the week ahead. I just wake up, say, hey Google, what is the weather today? And go based on that.
Yeah, I'd like to know what weather's coming my way. But I like to plan ahead around the weather. Mostly because I really hate leaving my house to unexpected things. So, like, whatever I can control of what I know about what's about to happen.
You walk out and you see three guys in red, cardinal, suits, hats.
Nobody expects that.
Indeed. It's like,
I was close enough to that wall that flashbanged me. What did you miss?
Ocean.
I'm
Shaft
betting
pillar.
a lot of it's in this room.
One is the pillars here. Wait, shaft, pillar. This one here. Yeah, one is the... Take it off this door sensor, excuse me. tunnel tank frames and Jello's key corals. You Almost tank frame, tunnel tank frame. Ocean tank
Wow.
walls, ocean tank tube coral, ocean room. Oh yeah, it's all ocean room now. Maintenance door handle. Yeah,
Time.
maintenance. Okay.
Gift shop. We need to do the gift shop door.
There.
Maintenance tunnel. Ocean room vent panel.
Maintenance door handle.
Vent handle.
The ocean room vent, ocean room vent, and that ocean room vent and vent cover.
I don't know what.
Oh, these guys. Okay.
No, they're clean.
Oh,
There's the
ocean
vent
room.
wall, but what's the vent handle?
Yeah, ocean room.
Yeah, that's the other room, isn't it?
It's this one here. This one. Okay. Ocean tank, 2 coral and ocean tank lights. Okay. Oh, this one. There we go.
There we go. I enjoy how I just appear.
Like a magic trick, really. You see one person enter the tank and suddenly there's 2 there. Okay. We can do a quick one. Food truck, fireplace. Hey, you know what? Let's do the fireplace.
Hmm?
No, I have to open up the session again. Oh no, it's already open. Okay.
Yeah, I made it. Hold on, I'm eating a crab wonton.
I'm sorry, but seafood always makes me feel bad. Like, in a sense of, oh gosh, that's something I can't eat.
I mean, so yes. At least you know what you're allergic to.
Oh yeah.
I've probably been allergic to some food for years, and I still don't know what it is. Thank you for the hydrate.
Think of hydrant. I've noticed a lot of people are just not getting the curse bottle stuff. Not doing any of the other redeems
Yeah, I
other
haven't
than
had
taking my hat.
Maybe lower the price. I might lower the
everything
quest
else?
prices, because they're,
Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
lower it as well.
I'll probably lower my quest prices, because, yeah, mostly just taking my stuff and hydrating. And so I've been getting my sound redeems, too. Those have been happening.
Yeah, I've done
Like the
some
handful I
sound
have.
redeems, but I think it's more like in context. So whenever I see skill issues,
Fistful of
someone will
mushrooms should be
generally
lower.
play.
As they should.
Yeah.
Fistful of mushrooms is appropriately priced, I feel.
Honestly, I don't know what kind of appropriate object to throw for my side would be.
Just have it be, like computer chips and stuff.
Just call it like spare parts donation. Beavers, Wi-Fi routers. I need to figure out what to do with Timberborn because I'm at a point where a lot of the stuff is just a lot of tedium, even trying to get very basic things done. You either have to figure out how to
I wish
just get good or maybe some other mods spice things up.
I wish
Oh,
the co-op
ours
mod
have-
was more stable.
Which mod?
The co-op mod?
Oh, yeah. Okay, I just realized, I just checked. I played 421.8 hours of Kimberborn. I shouldn't be so surprised that I feel like I've exhausted much of it.
Yeah, it's a lot of hours in Timberborn. Also, this plane confuses me. Well, else it confused me. But it confuses me. Because it's clearly a Catalina. But it's also clearly not a Catalina.
Go on. Please enlighten me.
It doesn't have the bubbles.
further.
It doesn't have the bubble. It doesn't have the bubbles back here.
Oh,
But it is clearly a PBY Catalina.
are the bubbles supposed to what? You'll tank or
They're just
into?
they're just like observation bubbles.
Ah,
Like they're just little bubbles you can stick your head out. You can look out of.
oh, those bubbles.
You know,
okay.
you know what plane I'm talking. Yeah, you know what
Now
plane
I
I'm
do.
talking about, right?
Yeah.
Sends you a picture regardless. It's pretty clearly a Catalina.
Yeah. I don't know what it.
There are versions
other
without the nose turrets.
Try to remember what's the other plane that I was thinking of, and the one that had the pontoons, but
I mean, there's a lot of float planes, but this one's very clearly shaped like a cat, like slightly like a banana, which makes it very Catalina-like. I've seen a Catalina fly in real life. Very funny seeing it fly next to other bombers of that era. Is it it's such a big plane, but it has such a tiny set of engines?
this is what ASW, right?
What is it?
Was this a? Was this Recon or ASW?
Catalinas got used for all sorts of stuff. They were
Okay.
search and rescue, they were recon, they were bombers, they were all sorts of stuff, honestly. They did a lot. Pretty versatile plane. And then then the reason why I'm pretty confident this is a Catalina, or supposed to be a Catalina, is after the war, a lot of them got converted into firefighting planes.
Oh yeah, and this is a firefighting plane.
Yeah. Catalinas, and funny enough, AP-7 apps became firefighting planes. Oh yeah, they also did naval attack with torpedoes. Hi, Humble.
And yeah, Humble, this is a wildfire plane. And like, this is why
it is
this
absolutely
is
a
the
wildfire
backstory.
plane.
It's the backstory for the job. They were dealing with the wildfire that caused by the local volcano. And now it came back like this. Like, I'm trying to find the...
You know what aired? You know what aired today, Humble? You know what today the first episode of was? That was a weird sequence of words. You know what today was the first episode of?
The only thing I know that was supposed to be airing soon was Cinderella Grey.
It was
would be
in
my
fact
guess.
Cinderella Grey.
Okay.
Or to Cinderella Grey. They came back today.
Mm-hmm.
Which I would class as a pretty exciting thing.
Oh yeah. I suppose
Cygames' entry into art making actual high quality anime is very funny.
Mm-hmm. I just find it funny that the air,
Especially because they're absolutely dominant.
Yeah. They air the same day as the the arc.
They probably did that intentionally, to be 100% honest.
Yeah.
I would bet that that was intentional. Also, sad for Japan, only 5th place.
Yep.
Lost to a horse that they beat the race before. I think it was a week before they beat that horse.
Mm-hmm.
And then they lost to it at the arc.
Oh, from what I understood, they got screwed over by track conditions that they're not good at.
That's the name of the game of Japanese horses in France. They're just not good on the tracks.
I mean, same deal with...
Like, that's the crux of it.
I mean, that's why Sunday Silence went over to Japan, because he sucked on dirt, but was pretty good on turf. As I understand it.
Yeah. And America races almost entirely on dirt.
Mm-hmm. That means we should have sent Haru Arara over to the States.
I don't know if that would have helped Haru.
True. Still, it would be funny. It's a fun what if.
And also, it wasn't Silent Suzuka, it was Sunday
I said Sunday
right?
Silence. Yeah, I said Sunday
Oh,
Silence.
I thought you
didn't
said Suzuka. Okay.
No.
Maybe, I don't know. I thought you said Suzuka, and I was like,
No.
In the anime, Suzuka goes to America instead of dying.
Yeah.
And then a little bit later, they came up with the concept of the Dreamers Cup, which is where retired horses go.
Yep. But yeah, just when looking at, how many of the characters came from Sunday Silence, a lot of their names kind of like suddenly make sense. Like, Silent Suzuka, Special Week, Marvelous Sunday, like, of course, they'd give a name that references Sunday Silence. Why?
Yeah, although you do get the occasional weird outliers like Oguri Cap. Oguri Cap came out of nowhere. It's like, what do you mean this horse that's not a part of the Sunday Silence pedigree is blowing away other horses?
Oh yeah.
But I do enjoy that Cinderella Grey, Oguri Cap is the main character, but she's also not the protagonist. And like, depending on the episode, she's the antagonist. It's kind of fun.
Oh yeah. Just getting to see her with the very, very scary beast mode. It's great.
Yeah.
I
think we're getting
enjoy
into the seasons where she's truly the antagonist now.
Oh yeah. It's just so funny that between different media, you have the same character depicted so differently. I mean, I know Meisho Joto comes up as comes up with that a lot.
I would say she's not that different between her series and the original stuff where she first appears, but
Yeah.
I'd say it's not too egregious.
It's not even egregious
Like, it's
at all.
still within the realm of possibility.
Yeah.
Because in the in all the stuff with Special Week and stuff like that in the first 2 seasons, she Oguri Cap would have been he would have been in the Dream series by then. Like, you just have to remember that the Cinderella Grey stuff takes place feasibly several years before Silent Suzuka and Special Week and stuff in their anime.
Yeah. And which explains why Sumoli Rudolph acts so differently.
Yeah, just years between.
He's between just having Teo just really calm down Rudolph a bit.
Yeah. And Teo shows up in Cinderella Grey. Like, Teo turns out just, like, bothering Rudolph all the time. But it's like little kid Teo, so.
Yeah.
And Marazinski makes some sort of comment about how if she keeps acting like that, she's gonna break her leg.
Not so subtle foreshadowing.
Okay, Yuki.
Hey, Yuki.
Take care as well. 17-hour days or no show.
Yeah. Yeah, speaking of humble talking of torpedoes, right now I've been using, like, Mulgrid missiles. I'm kind of curious how well a large bring missile will work.
Good question.
It's largely a matter of, and is it sturdy enough to not get shot down?
That's fair.
Like, the main reason
Is
why
it,
I'm
or
using...
is it nimble enough to make it to the target before it gets shot down?
Yeah. I guess that's a good question. That'll be stuff to test for another time.
Definitely.
Yeah, my new ship is, it's built in. Now that apparently we have a little more leeway, I can probably not feel too bad making my other two ships now.
You build a whole fleet.
Yeah. Although it will still be just to meet those three. Just the carrier, the freighter, and the destroyer. I was actually sitting on the server just, AFK. I come back and I see, or rather I hear Yoon and their ship firing at something. I'm just sitting in the cockpit, waiting for it to get within missile lock range, and it gets as close as 2.52 clicks, and then doesn't get any closer. I was very disappointed.
So it goes.
And like, your ship and Ender ship just tears apart anything that comes in range. It's really amusing. It's kind of soothing in a way that you can hear this distant thundering shots and, that, freedom is being delivered at 500 meters per second. Oh, great, I just realized. Since we don't have
What's that?
the cap, you don't have the cap on speed, and even without the cap, with about a 1 second total burn time before the guidance kicks in, I hit him 200 meters per second. I changed it such that I had it now has a variable burn boost phase of between 1 to 4 seconds. So a 4-second boost phase, I wonder how fast it will go.
It'll be zooming.
Yep. The only other thing I'd want to add programmatically is just a fire all missiles button.
Fires you missiles.
But I'm tired.
Well, take a nap, but then fires you missiles.
And then the rest of the motherland. Ah, gosh. Oh, old is that?
Old. Similar in age to the other things we were referencing earlier. I'm sure.
Back in the day of the old Flash animations.
I had look at my horse come up in my for me recently. I was like watching it because I think someone made an Uma Musume look at my horse,
I was about to say.
which was something.
I did get a English fandom version of Gold Ship show up on my feed.
Of Gold Ship doing what?
Just lines from the game.
Oh.
No, it is funny that there are clips of the Japanese voice actor for Gold Ship doing English. Although it's very, very definitely you can hear her other roles in that voice.
I mean, she runs a YouTube channel, or she runs the Uma Musume YouTube channel, so like it makes sense that she would do some English on occasion when she's playing with the other Uma Musume voice actors. Although, the voice actor for El Condor Passes sings the English Uma Pue.
And I think, yeah, I think I've seen that too. And they even got like Nakayama Sesta also for that one.
Yeah, no, it's official. And yeah, El Condor Pasa sings it.
I mean, Nakonda Pasa does have
Which is
some
just funny.
small bits of English in her Japanese voice actor doesn't voice lines, doesn't she?
All the time. I mean, canonically, El Condor Pasa speaks English, French, Spanish, and Japanese.
Miss Worldwide right there.
Yeah, I mean, we don't see her do much with French. She mostly speaks Japanese and Spanish.
Uh-huh.
But she does tell, in the anime, she does tell Spei how to say something in French. And she tells her something wrong. So that Spei is, like, telling the person who beat her at the Arc de Triomphe off. Clean the pontoon.
Okay, so that is... Okay, so this is the pontoon. Okay, so yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's a float plane.
It's a float
I
plane.
hope it had
yeah, okay.
pontoons.
Yeah. See, that's what I remember with Catalina 4. It's the pontoons, not the bubbles on the sides.
I mean, I just remember the whole general shape of the plane. I've seen it a couple times. The main thing that always strikes me about the Catalina is how tiny its engines are in relation to the rest of it. Its engines just feel really out of proportion. Nose antenna. Gonna be lazy and go up a ladder.
That is funny how you see a lot of French and German stuff show up in Japanese pop culture as well. Like,
Thank you for the follow.
you know... In the same way, a lot of Western culture is very obsessed with the Japanese are also kind of have a thing for, especially German stuff.
Hey, a splash mountain.
Welcome to the Witch's Cabin, traveler. Oh, thank you for the follow.
Finally got a second.
On it.
Also, I'm a little sad that the announcement for the date for Power Wash 2 got delayed.
Oh. I mean, we can wait. Nothing wrong with
They-
that.
Yeah, they delayed it because they said they don't have good marks on all consoles and all systems, so they're just not ready for it yet. Which honestly
That is a very
fair.
very valid reason, honestly. After what happened with even bloody Borderlands.
I mean, honestly, I think it's just them being perfectionist. I don't think that they're ever going to have a problem with how this game runs.
Well, it might be for the sake of, the really low-end machines. There we go.
Yeah.
Got it.
There we go, we did it. Thumbs
We
up.
have time for... We can do another short one.
Okay.
I'm gonna take a drink first.
I like how, yet again, it takes me half the plane for me to show up because I was on the other side of it. You another one, Tom.
So, submarine or food truck?
That track.
Oh, wait.
Home of the Witch's Burger, home of the Witch's Burger.
I'm like,
May I take your order?
there we go. I don't remember any line after that. I think the modern follow-up is just to go with Big Smoke's order from GTA 3.
ETA free, modern. Excuse me?
Hey, it's modern as in, our generation. We're still
Wait,
hip
how
and
long has it
cool,
been
right?
since GTA 5 came out? How long has it been since GTA 5 came out for you?
Yeah, it came out pretty recently, didn't it? Yeah, seriously. The updated version came out 2022. That's not too long, though. Right?
No. We can't count the initial releases because then it's come out every year since its original release for you.
Okay. The original release on
GTA 5
phones
remains?
is 2013. However, if we're gonna give GTA, if we're gonna throw shade at GTA for that,
Yes, I know Skyrim. I'm aware.
that's 2011.
Yeah, Skyrim's been going, it's been so long that, Skyrim Grandma's retiring.
I don't think we're going to get Skyrim 6 before she passes away.
Elder Scrolls 6. Probably
Yeah.
not. Elder Scrolls 6 is, yeah, like, Elder Scrolls 6 isn't beating her till she's gone, unfortunately. He's what, 93?
Yeah. Retro gaming.
Skyrim is
No,
retro
don't-
gaming
that-
at this point.
Don't you dare.
It was being played by a grandma. Quite famously played by a 90-year-old. That's about as retro as you can get.
Okay, this is going far faster than I thought it would. Okay, I'm actually
Yeah, we were gonna power through
not-
this regardless. What are you gonna do?
I'm not gonna say much else because as soon as I say something like that, we're going to run to something that gets really annoying and takes forever in the day.
I mean, I remember the inside of this being the real bottleneck.
Uh-huh.
The outside largely just a square. I will be honest, having played Power Watch 2, This is just making me want more Power Wash too.
Okay, I know this is another sign of us being old, but $7 for a burger?
That sounds about right. I'm not gonna lie.
I know. I mean, here I am bulking at the thought of $7 for a burger.
$7 for a burger seems like that's been the case for years now.
Remember when you could get a
And then it-
hamburger from McDonald's for 69 cents?
Oh yeah, oh, I remember those days. The burgers were better then too. Funny enough. Remember when
I missed
kebabs
them
were
all.
like €6?
Oh, God. Yeah. When I was in grad school, there was a kebab truck. A nice, thing of shawarma. Like, gosh, no, your standard takeout size. No, it's full of salad, rice, the meats, and fries for $5. I have to
Yeah.
remind myself, it's been nearly 10 years since I have finished my education. It just doesn't feel like it.
I've been out of school for over 10 years. Well over 10 years, easily.
Yeah.
I think probably 12 or 13 years since I've been in school. But I dropped out, so I dropped out of college.
Yeah, I pursued
Unlike a certain VTuber
post-secondary.
here, I am a much more typical VTuber. Stupid.
No, you're not. This, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of other VTubers with some level of higher education. Even if it's just, the older ones.
No, there's a lot of VTubers with higher education, but there's also a lot of VTubers without it, and that's just kind of the running joke. I mean, hey, one of our friends I use a microbiologist,
Yeah.
and she's actually got a job again, so she's actually doing microbiology things again. Can't get this stupid burger clean. I don't know. I'm still glad that I can get, like, a really, really good homemade burrito for just a couple dollars. Or I can get, like, 3 tamales for $10. That makes me happy still.
Uh-huh. I still have to wait for it.
Because,
Yeah, the local grocery for what they want to throw out all their old, not really old, but there's some of the deli stuff that it couldn't sell super fresh. That's when I tend to grab some of it. Like the giant, what class pizza I got like last week for $6. Yeah. Was it $6? Yeah, it was $6.
I mean, I'm talking like a freshly made the night before tamale.
No, yeah.
Those are, I wish some of the roving tamale salespeople would come to my house more. or realized that my house was willing to buy it. Because the way
Uh-huh.
you get on the way you get it going is you either someone gives you their phone number and you call them and they show up, and then if you buy from them they keep showing up. Or you get lucky and they come by your house and they're like, "Hey, you want to buy a tamale?" And you're like, "Hell yeah, I do," and then they come buy more. I don't know if you've ever had that portion of Hispanic
Nah.
and Mexican culture in your area, but it's
No, sadly
wonderful.
not.
It's absolute. There is something very magical about just like the burrito or tamale vendor who makes all their stuff like all night. They spend like 6 hours in the evening making all this food, and then they just go around selling it to you for dirt cheap, and it's so good. It's just like the most incredible food, and it's just like they just show up at your door and they're like, "Here you go." Or they show up at your place of work and then you just buy however much you want that day.
So I've seen that. I've seen it at work when I still lived in DC. That they showed up a lot at where I worked. But that was because they were renovating. There was a huge construction project nearby, and it was like, they were feeding loads construction workers. But since we're nearby, they came by and showed up in the lobby and said, "Hey, anyone want to buy some of these?"
Yeah, I've heard rumors that there's a tamale person in my city. Um, like it's spread by word of mouth, but I haven't managed to actually get my hands on their contact information so I can get tamales.
The way you say it's like almost like it's a illicit trade or something.
I mean, have you ever had a tamale?
Yes.
Have you ever had an actually really good tamale? Like one that wasn't from a Tex-Mex place?
So, the problem is, I've had, a few homemade tamales, but I can't really say I was super impressed by it. I don't know if it's just a factor of, I don't want to say that the person making it did a bad job. It's just, they may have done a tamale which is just non-standard and... Wait a moment. Tamales necessarily have to be in corn? Wrapped in corn?
Yes, they are inherently cooked and wrapped in corn husk.
That might
That's
be
like
why...
a requirement for a tamale.
Okay, the person who had them did it all in banana leaf instead of corn.
I think you can do banana leaf as well. Banana leaf is the another way to do it. I think it can be both.
Yeah, I've had it. Once I've had more banana leaf.
But yeah, I mean, I can see it being perfectly fine with banana leaf. Banana leaf probably imparts a more sweet flavor to the masa.
Yeah, I think that was it. So I've never had one that was wrapped in corn.
I mean, all the ones I've ever had are wrapped in corn.
Yeah, all the ones I've had were wrapped in banana leaf.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever had one wrapped in a banana leaf before.
It's not necessarily sweet. It's kind of more bitter.
I mean, a banana leaf a banana leaf would definitely give it a very different flavor than corn husk.
Yeah, it was a bittersweet kind of hang to it. The best way I can describe it, it was like, it had a very, I wouldn't say Earl Grey kind of feeling, but you know how like Earl Grey, if you oversteeped it, has this weird, bitter taste to it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it reminds me of.
Yeah, no,
Like a
tamale should be very different than that. Like, they should be, like, I don't know. I really like tamales.
No. I would, yeah, tell me more, so... Again,
I mean, it's basically just like corn, right? So it's just like... Masa is basically just like a spiced corn. Like a spiced
Yeah.
corn dough that's been steamed in a corn husk or banana leaf.
mhm.
It's not a super complicated food.
No, it's not, but I think it's just the fact that the banana leaf was so strong, I just didn't like it.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, maybe it helps that I was basically raised on these foods.
Yeah.
Like, I was raised on South American food pretty heavily. But that's an upbringing thing. Like, that'd be like you being like, yeah, I was raised pretty heavily on Japanese foods. Like, well, duh. Like, holiday meals for us were always like, empanadas and, oh man, I'm too tired. My brain isn't brain.
Hey, it's late, so don't worry about it.
Some flat-breaded chicken. I feel really bad. It's like one of my favorite dishes from Argentina. And my brain is just not coming up with the word. Milanesa. That's the word. It's a Milanesa. Brain did not want to come up with the word Milanesa. But yeah, like, empanadas and horseradish, and then, like, having some offal and stuff like that from the turkey or the chicken that we were having that day. It was like that.
Uh-huh. Is this not the service hatch that I'm looking at?
I think the service hatch is this thing.
Ah.
But I don't know what the trim is.
Well, that's service door. That's skylight. Oh, wait, hold on. Yep, that
See
was
it.
service hatch. That one. Okay.
There we are.
Ah, you wanna call it here?
We can't.
Gotcha. Let's see.
Pretty short stream for me, but all my Sunday streams are.
They're starting soon
Okay,
for
here we
me.
go.
I'm willing to snooze it. We have...
Oh, Mojo's doing peak. We can raid Mojo.
Mm-hmm. We have Macho, we have
That's all we
Harky,
have. We have Harpy and
Mojo.
Mojo.
and Chroma. Well, if you want to do Macho, we can do
Yeah.
Macho.
Let's raid Mojo. He was nice enough to play Monster Hunter with us.
Yeah, and apparently I've not raided Macho in the last 3 days. So... let's do that.
Mojo raided me last night, so yeah, let's raid Mojo.
Alright then. Well,
She's raided me twice, so we'll get her back.
alright then. Well, thanks for stopping by, even for a short time, Macho.
Yeah, it was fun. Also,
Great.
for you, have you had a jacket on at all tonight?
Yeah, I've had it.
Okay, I don't believe you. Every time I've looked, you've not had your jacket.
Maybe not. I've had it probably early on and then took it off for the most part.
Fair
I
enough.
think I had it on before Volson was here, but Volson joined in pretty sooner, like pretty early on.
Alright. Alright.
Hi. Hey, Taki-san. Thank you.
Yep, talk to you a bit.
So tomorrow, it will be space engineers. We did get a nice update from. Okay, hold on. Okay, I'm just wanting to get all these here. So yes, update from Pura. Things on the server should be cleaned up a little bit. You will get the raid message out here. That is our raid message. And remind Mocho, acknowledging our as beguns. Schedule is up. Really only tomorrow and Wednesday is kind of what's locked in, but we have a lot of things to be doing. We have jump space. I do want to do more jump space, so Pogachia, do more jump space at some point. And I'm glad to hear you had fun, Kai. I aim to please. In any case, unfortunately, it's near midnight, so I do have to sleep. As always, it's a pleasure to have you here, travelers. But until I see you again, safe travels.